Welcome to the highlights of the first final in this Carlton and United series. We've got 3 or perhaps just 2 very good matches coming up, and the conditions close to perfect. Tony Greig reported that the pitch, which was the same one as used the other evening in the Australia-New Zealand match, was in good shape, and the conditions around about 23, 24 degrees, the outfield fast, and these were the teams nominated at the toss. The Australians, Mark Waugh and Tom Moody, then Ricky Ponting and Darren Lehmann, who had to get through a fitness test. Damien Martin was standing by to take his place. That slightly strained hamstring looked as though it might hold him back, but in fact he satisfied the selectors and his skipper Steve Waugh, who is listed to come in after him. Then Michael Bevan, Adam Gilchrist, then Harvey, Rifle, Warne and Wilson. Stuart Law is the 12th man. Now the South Africans, Gary Kirsten and Lance Klusener, they're listed as being the openers. Jacques Kallis, Darryl Cullinan, they've said that they're going to play him, and they reckon that he'll get through the problem he faces with Shane Warne. They might have other plans for him. Hansi Cronje, then Jonty Rhodes, Sean Pollock, Pat Simcox, Brian McMillan, Dave Richardson, Alan Donald, and the 12th man for South Africa in this game is Herschel Gibbs. We're going to join it now after Hansi Cronje had won the toss and decided to bat with what turned out to be quite an incredible start. Oh, and it's in the air, and it could be out. Oh, what a start. Chance has gone down. Paul Wilson has had one put down. And now it's going to be Wilson, and he's bowling to Kirsten. More runs. The fine leg is up inside the circle. Well, that's just as sensational. A single and a drop chance off the first ball. A boundary off the second when Wilson has strayed onto the leg stump where there's no fieldsman in the deep.
That's a better shot from Cohen, and that's into the cover region. The outfield's lightning fast. Lehmann's a chaser. And it's turned out to be a wonderful start for South Africa. It's none for 10 at the MCG.
So Rifle to Cullinan.
Gone for it, good shot. Cullinan's got a plan, it's working. Races away, may make the rope, not quite. Bevan, Fieldsman, they run 3, so Cullinan's going to chance his arm early on. Good tactics. Gone for it, that'll be 4 more. Would hit, Bevan may cut off, it's a long hit, does stop. They only get 2. 6 off the over, none for 24. Paul Wilson going around the wicket to Gary Kirsten. Kirsten on 10, Cullinan 13. Cracking shot, that could go for 4. Beautifully played, just a fraction wide. Kirsten in superb touch.
Steve Waugh's in that position, just behind square on the offside. See how far this went from Waugh's right hand.
In the air, safe. This gets between Waugh at point and cover. That's Ponting. 7 off the over. It's all happening for South Africa. It's none for 31. Oh, great shot. That's 4. 8 runs off the over. 3 boundaries for Gary Kirsten. It's none for 39. It's through. Could get 3 here. It's just wide of Ponting. The outfield is fast here and not easy to cut off. Great shot. That's beautifully placed. Chancing his arm over mid-off. Should pick up at least 3. 7 runs off the over once again. It's a flyer here at the MCG. It's none for 46. And it's going to be Shane Warne, and I think probably it's maybe 5 overs is late. I think Cullinan's still on strike. This time he's hit it straight, and that's 4. Wow, there's the battle royal, isn't it? The first final, Cullinan. Plenty of verbal words being said out there at the moment. Cullinan's punching, and he's well in front on points.
Yeah, the verbal started quite a long time ago. Warne gave him the big blast before he even faced the ball, and then of course he was dropped, and what a shot this is down the wicket. Well, it's a little easier to do when the pressure's off, so to speak.
Gone, it's out. That's gone. He got him with the flipper. But Coleman's done his job. It's one for 55. He charged the flipper. Good work by Gilchrist.
Yeah, great work by Gilchrist and great work by Warren as well. That was a wide flipper outside off stump. And that's the end of Cullinan. It's brought a smile to Warren's face. They needed this wicket desperately. Have a look at this. He's way out of his ground. Nicely taken. And off go the bails. That's very well done. Both in terms of the bowling and in terms of the keeping. So Daryl Cullinan, 26 of 22 balls. And the fall of the first wicket. It's 1 for 55.
Lance Klusener, the new batsman. Cullinan did the job out for 26 as Rodney Marsh and Richie Benaud take up the commentary.
That's an excellent start for South Africa. Absolute blitzkrieg here at the MCG.
It's a good stroke. Kirsten's picked up another 3. Tom Moody is the bowler. He's come on to replace Blocker Wilson. This could be out. There was a little stumble there just before he caught it, but he caught it safely in the end. So that'll be a great confidence boost for Michael Bevan. Klusener has gone. So the Australians suddenly, if not quite back on top, they're certainly back in it.
Well, didn't he try and give that some? I'm not sure whether it didn't hit the middle of the bat. It went so high. He swung through the line and got it on the up. And that's the end of a very, very dangerous Klusener. Port Bevan bowled Moody for naught. 2 for 62 after 10.5 overs.
Jacques Kallis, the new batsman. That's a loose ball, bad ball. No fine leg down on the boundary, so it's just a matter of the batsman didn't even have to hit it. 40 for Kirsten and 5 for Kallis. Just out of the reach of the man at cover, and that's well done. Seems strange to use terminology in cricket. That was a good slide, but that was a good slide. Kallis 8 from 9 balls. Shane Warne finishing. Ian Harvey's going to come on at the Great Southern Stand end. Ian Chappell's in the commentary box, and with him there's Ian Smith.
The South Africans have come out with all guns blazing, and that is a magnificently timed shot. On drive, I think regarded by most cricketers as one of the most difficult. Made to look very easy there by Jacques Kallis. Nicely placed again by Gary Kirsten and away to the boundary.
Because he's unorthodox at times as well. He can play some weird and wonderful shots. But he's also very calculating, and he's also able to bat through. That's his 50. Big round of applause from British crowd here at the MCG. They know the value of that start for South Africa.
Kallis, he's in terrific form. Ever since that century in the Test series, which was made at this ground, he's come of age. Mark Waugh on at the members' end. And it's shouts of catch. Michael Bevan doesn't get there. That ball is really following him today.
He's being tormented right from the first ball, Michael Bevan. This was never really going to get to him. He made a pretty brave effort, but he got his body behind it, and that was good, brave cricket.
This time he beats Warne. Long chase for rifle. Should be looking at 3. That's well run by Jacques Kallis.
Oh, and that would have been out. Well, he just lost his concentration totally. I think he thought the ball had deflected sufficiently to take it away from Gilchrist. It hasn't. And, oh, that must have been so close. Oh, that really was brain failure. Oh, that's out. Well, he's lost it. Well, Kirsten that time getting frustrated. This is good bowling by Mark Waugh. He seems to have been able to tie them up today. Kirsten has got frustrated. And you can see there he tried to give it a bit of room. And I think he followed him actually, just tossed it up a little bit more.
It was a bit slower, beat him in the flight, and got him into the situation where he was trying to play it away on the offside. Kirsten will be very unhappy about that when he sees, he probably knows what he did, but wouldn't be 100% sure. Good, he's on his way back now, 3 for 126.
So the South African captain, Hansie Cronje, is out in the centre now, replacing Kirsten. Mark Waugh, correction, is going to continue. He's bowling well. Got plenty of singles. He should come back here for the second. He does.
Paul Wilson is the bowler.
Oh yes, that's out. Caught behind, big neck. Yes, he's got him. Wilson in his 6th over has captured his first wicket in this match. And what's more, it's a pretty important wicket too. Callis, pretty dangerous batsman, a strong man, just looked as if he might be getting ready to have a bit of a go, and this is the edge.
It just got up on him a little bit. He was wanting to be able to smash it away through extra cover at around about waist height, and it got just above that. 4 for 137 now, a very valuable wicket for Australia.
Jonty Rhodes is the new batsman. He's a right-hander, and they'll be looking for some runs from him today. We know that he'll field well. Well, it's well played. That's short, and he's pulled that one away. But then again, it's stopped dead almost. Didn't quite get it off the meat of the bat. Managed to get it over the infield. There's been a fair bit of that sort of thing. The ball hit in the air, into the deep field and stopping dead. Now, those wickets are the things that are causing South Africa a few problems. Every time they start to get things moving, you can see there, they were just starting to get things moving here, then all of a sudden they lose a wicket. Puts a hole in the run rate. Oh, he's hit that one right off the meat of the bat. That's the area he loves so much. He's got that one away, way down to deep mid-wicket, and that's the first boundary in 14 overs.
In the air, pulls it away, the flipper into the gap. Lehman does well. With 5 off the over. 4 for 156. And he goes. Warren gets a hand on it. I'll get 2 because Rhodes is very quick. Good crowd in, a happy crowd. It's a good final when the side's 4 for 173 after 36. As Mark Waugh comes back into the attack at the members' end. It's well played. Very late, the cut shot. Rifle doing a lot of work. I'll get 3. Darren Lehman comes into the attack with his left arm orthodox spinners from the outer or southern end of the MCG. It's high, there's a man out there who could get it. It's Bevan, is it? It's got in. Well, there you go. Full toss gets the wicket. Rank high full toss to Cronje, and Bevan takes a vital catch.
Jubilation for the Australians, and Hansie Cronje is about to hang himself in the dressing room. My goodness. A number of times you see a bad ball get a wicket, but the number of times you see a good ball miss out on getting a wicket. It all evens itself out. Another catch to Bevan, and Darren Lehman is overjoyed. So that's the end of Hansie Cronje, and South Africa now 5 for 178 in the 38.
Sean Pollock, the new batsman. A big breakthrough by Darren Lehman as Ian Smith and Ian Chappell take up the commentary.
Big
shout, and he's been given out. Jonty, in fact, didn't even hang about to look at the umpire's finger. So this move of Steve Wars to bring Darren Lehman into the attack has paid big dividends.
Well, he's played the hunch card with Lehman, and he's come up trumps. That was a good piece of bowling this time, because he's looking to feed Jonty's strength, but the length wasn't there to play the sweep shot. Pointed out the fact he won earlier in the over wrong. He got that one even worse, Jonty Rhodes. Just a little touch through to Gilchrist, his 4th dismissal of the innings at 6 for 186.
Pat Simcox has had a small promotion today for South Africa, coming in with the fall of the 6th wicket. I think South Africa have reset their sights, probably looking now at about 230, 240. Oh, and well done. Mark Waugh has been rewarded with some good off-spin bowling as he yorks Pat Simcox.
Yes, and I give credit to the captain as well here. He must be very tempted to bring Warren back at this stage, but he's kept playing his hunch. And his brother has come up trumps. Yes. Use of the feet there from Simcox. Not good enough. He yorked himself, in fact, and he gets a little send-off there. So it's 7 for 203.
Well, this is a bit of a come-down for Brian McMillan. He has batted as high as number 3 in the South African Test side, sometimes also in the one-day side, up at number 3. But today it's number 9. And he's got a few overs to face, and it'll be mostly spin. Mark Waugh getting one right through Pat Simcox. That's a nice shot from Sean Pollock. And finally they've reached the boundary. 7 for 210. He's got 16 off 21 deliveries. And this was a nicely timed cover drive. Good use of the feet. Get him in position to avoid the man in the outfield, Paul Wilson. And Paul Wilson was the last bowler to be hit for a 4 by Hansi Cronje.
Well, this is interesting. He's brought Shane Warne back. I'm not that surprised about it because he's such a great bowler. He might have been tempted to leave Lehman on for one more.
Oh, that's got to be plumb. The flipper. McMillan shows the bat to say I hit it. Umpire doesn't agree with him.
Good captaincy. Brilliant bowling. And jubilation in the camp. And all round the ground. He set him up here. He tried to play the reverse sweep, the orthodox sweep. He may well be unlucky, Brian McMillan. He was certainly in front. Steve Randall didn't hear the noise. It's 8 for 210.
Dave Richardson striding to the crease. Joins Sean Pollock. Shane Warne bowling a maiden and getting a wicket with his last delivery. Perhaps a bit fortunate to get the decision.
Yes, look for the deflection here off the inside edge. I think our eyesight and the benefit of the slow motion replay, we'll see a big one there. Big chunk of inside edge.
South Africans have stopped hitting boundaries. This will be close. They won't get an overthrow because the man has followed through at the keeper's end, but the boundaries are dried up for South Africa after a great start. Only 2 boundaries since over 17. That's unbelievable on a good pitch and a fast outfield. Chart with those wickets. Runs sort of drying up a bit here, and that's a very good effort by the Australian bowlers in the final overs. These are vital overs, I feel, for South Africa. They need a boundary or 2 here. Somewhere around about 225 is competitive here on the MCG. It's well struck. Big Wilson won't get that. That's 4. That's what they needed. Good clean hit.
Yes, he's a nice striker of the ball, Sean Pollock, isn't he? He certainly hit that one into the gap. Correction, was Richardson who hit that one. He's also a fine striker of the ball. Just watch this one, hits through it nicely. placed it pretty well too. Wilson was never going to get to that one.
One over to be bowled at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. 8 for 226, South Africa. A great defensive performance by the Australians. Harvey, the last delivery, there it is at the back of the hand, and have a look at this. How did that miss? Oh!
Yes, that's as close as it gets.
It's gone for it. Doesn't quite get, should get two. Moody, the fielder, in the deep. Pollock's the key. He's on 26, Richardson on 11. 3 balls remaining from Warne. Probably a flipper here. Something different. Full pitch. That's a good hit. There's a man down there. It's a big long one. That's what they needed. A glorious hit by Sean Pollock. What a good young cricketer he is.
Yes, I think that with a few wickets in hand, of course, you could have started doing this a little while ago. That was a lovely, sweet hit, wasn't it? You don't often see him go straight down the ground like this for 6, nice and flat. That's a lovely shot.
2 balls remaining. It's 8 for 237. Clipper, he's got it over cover. That's 4 more. Well played. Picked that, hit it on the up. Glorious stroke play.
It's 15 off this over so far. So even with 8 wickets down, they've improved on what the Australians did with 4 wickets down. So this is the way you've got to play these last few overs. Mind, it's always useful having a striker like Pollock in there. He's a lovely sweet hitter with the ball. Last ball of the match, of this innings anyhow.
It's gone again, a high one. Bevan's under it. He catches it. So Pollock's out for 36. The target for Australia will be 242. A very good effort defending there by the Australians. They got away to a fire. South Africa with Cullinan and Kirsten. The Australians worked very, very hard in the field and restricted the South Africans to 9 for 241.
That was a great performance from the Australians. Early on, they were looking right down the barrel. They fought back. They got on top of the South Africans, who then, in turn, fought back towards the end. This is the way the card looked. 9 for 241. Good knock there at the end by Sean Pollock, 36 from 35 balls. And the partnership with Dave Richardson, that added 36 from 24 balls. And that got them up to what is a real challenging figure at the moment. 70 for Gary Kirsten. The bowling figures for the Australians, a lot of imagination in Steve Waugh's captaincy out there. Shane Warne, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 52. Mark Waugh was the only one to bowl out 10 overs alongside Warne, 2 for 45. And Darren Lehman down the bottom. Steve Waugh brought him on for 4 overs and he picked up 2 for 11. Now that is very good captaincy. And what's needed for the Australians to win this game is 242 runs. All wickets in hand. Required run rate, 4.84. Now, it's not going to be easy because runs are difficult to come by on this ground. It's a real challenge and it should be a great finish.
Mark Waugh to open for Australia. And this is the 5th different combination that Australia have had in this series. Adam Gilchrist has been sent in at the top of the order. Mark Waugh off the mark. Lance Klusener will open at the southern end. Quite off the middle, but it's still going to reach the fence. It's one of his favourite shots, the pull shot. Beating Gary Kirsten at mid-off. That's well run. Adam Gilchrist on 10. Mark Waugh 3. Not Jonty can't be beaten again. Trouble. They're both at the same end. Someone's gone and it looks like it'll be Mark Waugh, and you can put that one down to Jonty with his brilliant save.
That is some of the best fielding, following on two other magnificent pieces of fielding that you will ever see. Absolutely brilliant. Mark Waugh has to go. He passes the two water carriers on the way out. That's not going to help him very much. Wonderful fielding by Jonty Rhodes. He's already saved two boundaries with diving away to one side. Suddenly two batsmen at the same end.
Ricky Ponting out there to join Adam Gilchrist, and that's a big blow for Australia. That's a good shot from Ricky Ponting. They're looking for three, and they'll get four now. Klusener has knocked it a long way away, and he's done well to recover there. That was a good piece of work. I thought it was going to be four after he knocked it away. And now a change from Lindsay Cronje, bringing Pat Simcox in after just 2 overs. Very well placed. Good timing. It just absolutely raced away from Hunzy. He's found the gap on this occasion. Fruitless chase for Jonty as it smacks into the base of the fence.
That's a fine shot. He's given that a lovely free swing of the bat. Gilchrist goes on to 17.
Caused some problems for Sean Pollock. He's been bowling so well in this series, but suddenly to Adam Gilchrist, he can't quite find the right line. He's getting punished.
In the air, it should be out. Yes, that's a big breakthrough. Change of pace from Pollock. Had Gilchrist hitting too soon. That's beautifully bowled.
He had the last laugh. He didn't enjoy the last over, Sean Pollock, but he will enjoy this moment. They'll enjoy seeing the back of Adam Gilchrist because he got off to a flyer. Definite change of pace. Very clever bowling round the wicket. Challenged him to hit it over the top. He saw that it was a slower ball, just too late. He had the option to either carry on with the shot or not play it at all, and he didn't take the right option. So Gilchrist goes for 20 off 27. It's now 2 for 37.
Darren Lehman taking guard by Darryl Hare. This match is wide open now with Australia 2 for 37. 242 the target. Lehman on strike. Simcox will try and spin it away from him. Oh, big shout for LB. Oh, Lehman was pushing forward. The ball would be spinning.
Well, he's asked Steve Randall why he hasn't given it out. He can't believe the reason. He doesn't have to give him a reason. He just has to shake his head. It's pitched in line. It's hit him in line.
242 the target. It's going to be Klusener. Simcox taken off. That's interesting. Oh, a chance to run out here. That's close. That's got to be very close. I think that's close, but Ponting is quick. I think he might have just made it.
Yeah, the South Africans aren't over the moon about this, but I'll tell you what, if I was coaching Australia, I wouldn't be over the moon about the running between the wickets either. This is crazy stuff. This could be closer than you think. Just always home, but I'll tell you what, the lack of communication out there between the batsmen at the moment is just not on.
As Alan Donald comes into the attack. Ponting beautifully into the gap. Superb stroke of his pads. Pollock struggle to get this. Does well. They run through. They come back for 4. No, they won't. Oh, it's not trouble yet, but this has to certainly turn up shortly. Well, these guys up here have too much work to do. Tommy Dries and 4. Beautifully played. Fraction 4, straight through the line. It's 52 for 2.
It's well played into the gap. That'll go for 4. Slowing up a little bit, but I think it'll make it. It does. And it's right off the meat of the bat. A few more boundaries and they're in business. It really does frustrate Simcox, doesn't it? Yes, so the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos Monday night. And you'll be joining Simon O'Donnell, Eddie Maguire, former LA Raiders defender Dwayne Armstrong, and former Melbourne AFL player and current San Diego Charger, and he's the kicker what's more, Darren Bennett. And that's well played too. Oh, it's going to go all the way. Well, what a start. What do they have in their drinks? Go into the gap again. That's well played, Ricky Ponting. Running away down towards the mid-wicket boundary. Cronje, the fieldsman, to Pollock. Pollock whips it back to Richardson. Well, they certainly look alive, the South Africans in the field. But at the moment, the batsmen are dominating.
Maybe it's the pace of Donald that is coming onto the bat, allowing Lehmann and Ponting just to stroke the ball, and if they find the gap, they're picking up 2 or 3.
Oh, well played. That was a slow one too, but offline. And he's timed that beautifully. Well, that wasn't a very good ball. I think he tried a change of pace there, but it was offline and was dealt with. That brings up the 50 partnership. It's 2 for 88. Yes, got him. Got him. That's out caught behind. Well, there's some dispute as to whether it carried or not, and it looks as if the square leg umpire is giving him out. Yes, well, Ponting stayed there. Well, that's a big wicket, and Donald's got it. He's been working very hard. I think you can see there that he's very pleased about this. He's not been happy so far, not bowled that well actually, but he's got a vital wicket.
Well, with the naked eye, that looked like an enormous big leg cutter to me, and I think it has gone away, and I don't think there's any doubt whatsoever that that ball carried. So a great piece of bowling from Alan Donald just when he looked like he wasn't going to play much of a part in this game. He's got the prize wicket of Ricky Ponting for 33. Australia now 3 for 94.
Well, Steve Waugh's the new batsman, and Donald got him first ball in Perth. That's well run. As he pushes and he gets off in a hurry.
Steve Waugh is facing Alan Donald. That's what happens to you if you get round about that off-stump mark where Donald's aiming. But if you're just that little bit too short, which allows the cut, that vicious square cut, to come into play. 137 to win. The asking rate only just over 5 and over. This is McMillan. Oh, dear me. That is history. It is brilliant fielding. Now, what the calls were there, we can't be certain. We did hear desperate no-no-nos. And then the pickup and the accurate throw. That's 2 wonderful pieces of fielding for 2 run-outs.
I think you'll hear a yes from Steve Waugh first up. And then all the desperate no-no-nos. And then it's oh no from Darren Lehmann. Steve Waugh at about that stage is banging his bat into the ground, and I think he feels responsible having called yes. Darren Lehmann is gone, run out by a direct hit. It's 4 for 105.
Michael Bevan is the new batsman. Now then, the man we saw loosening up just a few moments ago was Jacques Kallis. Beautifully played by Bevan. No slip, so he's gone very fine with the cut. Almost well fielded down there by Klusner.
Nice way to start the innings for Michael Bevan. Well, South Africans have managed to keep Australia just under the line.
shot from Bevan. Has the ability to place the ball very well. Ball for 123. 119 needed. Doesn't sound many. Lovely placement. And good fielding. Volleys on the leg stump are precisely what a batsman wants in a situation like this. Meant to be the Yorker, I suspect.
Steve Waugh just moving out of his crease a little, and in fact not only coming out of his crease but going a little bit towards the offside to make the ball much easier to work onto the onside. And it's very good footwork.
Lights take effect here at the MCG, and it's going to be Pollock from the members' end. Oh, he dropped him. Oh, that could be costly. He chipped that. Pollock, normally a good field. I think got his hands to that and it went through.
Well, he normally catches them above waist height, like shelling peas. So simple, but he had to get down to this one. And that was at ankle height.
Such a good athlete, Sean Pollock. And that's the reply from Bevan. He gets 4 in anger. Pollock drops short and he thumped him away. I think he realises he should have really caught that. It was tough, but at this level, it wasn't a big hit back. He mistimed the on drive. Bevan went straight back to the bowler and put it down. Got him! That's beautifully bowled. That's out. Not given. Dear, oh dear. Want another look at that one? I thought that was out.
So did Pollock. I don't think Mark Waugh did. Stephen Waugh did. I think he might have felt this flicked his pad.
It flicked the edge of the bat. That's what it flicked. Sprays on the leg stump. Bevan's quick. It's coming back for 2. Kirsten, the slower of the outfielders. Great running.
Right from the moment he hit that slowly down to fine leg, he knew there was 2 there.
It's good. It's got him. He's dropped it. Oh, can you believe that? I can't believe that. I don't think he picked it up. I'm sure that was a catch. It was a bit of a dolly too. It was a nice height. So 2 return catches have gone down.
And I reckon Alan Donald, after he dropped it, said, I never saw that. Off the leading edge and straight into the bread basket. I never saw that.
90 off 90.
Again, not quite the timing it had wanted, but still 2 runs. And a confident stroke down the track to Callis. They both have decided that Callis has to go. Nice stroke. Now these 2 are getting on top. 10 off that over. The hunch may not have worked. 4 for 176. Great shot. Beautifully played. Placement and timing. 58 from 60 needed. The required run rate's gone back down below that 6 and over, so that's a good indication that the Australians have moved very, very well in the last 2 or 3 overs. That's over the... It's dropped it. And it's gone for 4 as well. That is adding a little bit of, probably the reverse, a little bit of injury to insult.
They won't have to look back too far, South Africa, if they don't win this one. In the last hour or so, they've really hurt themselves badly, and that's just another example why.
Beautifully played stroke. It's also a half century for Michael Bevan. Great partnership for the Australians at a time where everything was just wavering a little.
Simcox on his 10th and final over. He's whipped him away there, and it's Kirsten. He's a bit slow. Here comes Bevan. Easily, well run.
He's unbelievable. He's the fastest alive.
Yes, you also knew it was Gary Kirsten. He picks his fieldsman as well. He's looking around the field for a gap now. He does that. Kirsten again. Doesn't get there, gets the mid-wicket. It's close, but he's there, I think. It was close, though. It was very close, but I think Bevan just made it. And Pollock did the good throw from mid-wicket.
He made it by a foot at least. He's not bothered about it. Have a look at that. He's just fixing his lace. In comes the throw. At this stage, he's a long way out, but by the time the ball hits the stumps, he's a foot past the stumps.
Stephen Waugh is on 49. Skipper. Doing it easily. 50 for Stephen Waugh. Very generous round of applause from the big crowd here, the 44,000. And there you are, in the box seat. They're losing wickets here, South Africa. They're across the line. The spot where Tony Greig says they're home. They'll romp this in. They're playing too well. There's Nick. He's gone. Yes, he's given. Well, McMillan gets the wicket. Tony Greig looks across in the commentary position. It's now 5 for 206.
The crowd have gone a little quiet. Mind you, the South Africans don't look all that happy. Have a look at this. They actually moved away off the seam a little bit. Big deflection there, and he stayed his ground. Wonder why. Moody giving him a little pointer of the direction to where to go. Steve Waugh out. Caught Richardson, bowled Macmillan for 53, and he did that off 73 balls. Good knock. 5 for 206.
Tom Moody walks to the centre of the MCG. A fine knock by Stephen Waugh. He's gone for it. Cohen misses it. He's on the ground as well, and it may not go to the ropes. They could run 4. They're gone for 2. They've turned for 3. They'll come back for 4 surely. 4 all run. Cohen made the mistake of not getting up either. Dived and missed it. Crunches it. That's a great shot. That's 4. Moody beating mid off. 9 off the over. A big one. 5 for 217. Thomas hit it straight. It's Kirsten. Here comes Bevan this time. This will be close. It's got to be very close. That is close. I think he's got him.
Well, the South Africans think so. I just don't. I can't get myself to say yes, Bevan's out. He's so fast. I just think he keeps getting home.
Problem was hit the ground, slowed it up. Full throw would have been very, very close. There's a bounce. It's McMillan. He's out. He's gone. So Gary Kirsten does the damage, and all of a sudden it's 6 for 220, and Bevan's gone.
So a wonderful innings comes to an end. Michael Bevan has played another little gem here. Run out. Kirsten was the fieldsman. 57 off 68, and he got them when it was really tough.
It's Ian Harvey. Well, got to hand it to the South Africans. They never say die. Well, the pressure's mounting with every delivery here. Harvey, the striker. He's gone for it. It's down to third man. May beat Simcox. He dives. He knocks it into the gutter, I think. 4 runs. Well, it was a big effort by the big man. He got to it. It was a miss hit by Harvey. 4 runs.
Yes, just a little bit of room. That tells the story, doesn't it? Big effort by Simcox. He went full length down there, got a hand on it, but couldn't quite drag it back. See, got a fingertip to it, and it just kept going over the rope down there.
It's got in. What beautiful bowling. He's pitched full. He's taken leg stump. Wow, what a great spell of fast bowling, and they realise they're still in with a rough chance here.
They're in with a chance, all right. There's dancing in the aisles. Certainly one section of the aisles down there. There are a few South Africans out there. That's almost the new South Africa. Well, what a good delivery this was. Right up there, and really no room to go at all. And that hit the leg stump. Well, you see, this is what happens. You get bogged down a little bit. You got to go. And didn't he enjoy that one? He is a good bowler, this man.
It's better than that, Tony. He's one of the all-time greats. Harvey didn't do bad. He was 7 off 8. 7 for 231.
Big cheer from the crowd because we've got a Victorian out there.
Situation going here. It's 9.5 overs, 2 for 36 for the great bowler Donald. His last delivery in this match. Rifles on strike. 4 inside the circle. He's gone! He's gone! What a catch! What a catch! He's got another one. Final delivery. Rifles caught behind, and it's anybody's game.
You better believe it. This is unbelievable. What a bowler Donald is. I can't believe this. Well, neither can he, I don't think. But what a line he's bowled. Huge edge there, and of course that one carried just for a second. I thought it was going to go all the way. Well, what a game this has turned out to be so far. It's still anyone's game. Have a look at this, wide of the crease, huge nick, and a good catch too. He's gone a long way, taking it with 2 hands. And so Donald comes charging down, grabs his mate, the keeper, and holds him in the air.
Well, he's dropped a Crichton bowl. He dropped Stephen Waugh at mid-wicket. He's bowled 2 overs and got 2 for 4 and put South Africa right back in this match. 8 for 223. Shane Warne coming out. He's at the non-strikers end. Tom Moody's on strike. He's got 14. Where'd that go? Back with square leg. Can we come back for 2? No. This has got to be close, surely. That's close. That's close. I think he's gone. I think Moody's short by a half a metre. Oh dear, oh dear. He's given him out. Cullinan, oh gosh.
It's out of right. He's run out by miles. Darryl Hare didn't even ask for the replay there. Suicidal second run. Absolute suicidal. He came back and he was full stretched out, but it was a good throw actually, not far away from the stumps. Here it is again. Good delivery in there at leg stump. Have a look at this. He runs around very quickly there. Comes in. Off goes the batsman Moody. It's slightly wide. The bails are off, and well, that's the end of that. He's short.
Moody's gone. Big Paul Wilson makes his way out onto the MCG.
Whatever happens here, they've got to run. Whatever happens here, they've got to run.
Well, Paul Wilson's got to hit a boundary here. It's not easy. In comes Pollock. Where is it? To Yorker. Oh, he misfields it. Should have been a run out. One they were asking for interference. I thought the wicketkeeper was asking for interference there. They're talking. That'll be very, very interesting. Pollock was in with a chance. This will be very, very interesting.
What are you saying? Obstruction? I don't think so. I think that was accidental. I think the ball was hit very firmly back, and Cronje's withdrawn the appeal. How about that for a captain?
Pollock to Shane Warne. Got him. That's it. Clean bowled middle stump, and what a victory for South Africa. That's one of the best victories you'll ever see, defending a total of 242. Magnificent effort by South Africa. They were gone.
Well, that's a wonderful victory for the South Africans. 235, the Australians. A tremendous performance there from Alan Donald, and then in the end by Sean Pollock. For Australia, good partnership of 101 between Steve Waugh and Michael Bevan, and then it all fell away at the end, and it was due to Alan Donald. The bowling figures reflect the dominance of Donald there. 10 overs, no maiden. 3 for 36, a wicket with the last ball he bowled. Simcox none for 56, no wicket for Klusener, 1 for McMillan, and up the top there, Pollock took the last one to give him figures of 9.5 overs, 1 maiden and 2 for 39. Man of the match, Alan Donald. I'm not surprised. He bowled really well, one of the best bowling performances you could see, and this was one of the most exciting games you'll come across. Great game here to start the best of 3 series. The South Africans came out on top. They were well captained by Hansie Cronje. Thought he did a terrific job, and they were just that little bit too good when the chips were down. At the moment, from the MCG, it's good night.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.